have lip gloss on. Oh well. So, why hello and welcome to another episode of First Chances. And in today's episode, we're going to be discussing new current events like Morphe's shutting down their stores. I don't know why I said it like that. But yeah, Morphe is shutting down their stores. I'm going to pull up a whole bunch of articles for you guys today. And then I Larry, um, will be filming a mukbang after this. So guys, yeah. I am. Damn. Busted. Let's see some current events. Let's see. Animals are running out of places to live. In this lesson, students will learn. Wait, what? Oh, it's a lesson plan? Huh. Is it an article? Yeah, we ain't doing that. No. Nope. Huh. In the boutique community. So let's give you a current event then. So next week I'm letting you guys know again as well that I will be hosting an anime night at the kava bar that I go to. There's literally like games. I've been printing out some coloring pages for each of the shows that we're gonna have on and the first day, and then I will also be creating a post after this letting you guys know about it as well. Well, not on the podcast episode, but yeah, no. Um, but there's gonna be shows, board games, card games, Switch games. Like I'm bringing my Nintendo Switch so we can play some games on a game on there. I got a board game. I've also got a what else? Yeah, shows. And then there'll be a cosplay contest on the first night, so that will be fun. What was I going to... This might be a short one. I didn't realize that there wasn't anything going on in the area. Morphe Cosmetics is closing all U.S. retail stores. Employees say they were left in the dark for weeks. A handful of the company's employees took to TikTok using the hashtag Justice for Morphe retail employees, which I agree, but you could still... I mean, for the employees, yeah. I'm talking about, yeah, you can still buy the makeup in, like, Ulta and on Morphe.com. By Deja Tolentino. Morphe Cosmetics, a makeup brand once synonymous for YouTube beauty culture, confirmed Thursday it was shutting down all its U.S. stores, a move that shocked its employees, outraged customers, and left some experts questioning the brand's future. The news comes after a handful of the company's employees took to TikTok over the holidays to call out the company's lack of transparency during the layoffs, with many using the hashtag Justice for Morphe retail employees. Viewers quickly responded in support, blasting the brand for allegedly leaving its employees in the dark while stores ran out of inventory. Some beauty experts said the news was not surprising, given that the company had reportedly experienced years of financial and legal troubles and reputational damage, which that would be its eyeshadow palettes, especially the artistry palettes, which they do use pressed pigment, which is not eye safe. And why do I still have a sticker on my water bottle? The brand's treatment of employees during the shutdown could further hurt its reputation among Generation Z consumers, who have already demonstrated their aversion toward Morphe, which I still use their palettes. Like, I have the James Charles, the Nikita Dragon, which James still uses his palette, so why can't I? I'm sure Nikita... I don't know about Nikita. She has her own brand. And she has... Yeah. Speaking of which, another current event is my brand will be launching soon this year, which I'm excited about. And so is James. James is like, we've all been asking James to start a brand. Like, yeah, his products are going to be different than mine. His might be vegan and cruelty free. Mine are all natural and cruelty free. Which I have to get rid of that red. Because that, yeah, we ain't using that red pigment. Because, yeah. Gen Z makes purchasing decisions that are based on their values. Hannah Ben Shabbat, founder of research from Gen Z Planet and author of Gen Z 360, preparing for the inevitable change in culture, work, and commerce, said, "These values include buying from companies that make diversity a priority, reduce environmental impact, and treat their employees right." Launched in 2008, the company, which promotes itself on its social platforms as Makeup for the Creators, has had its share of controversy for years now. Morphe, which is owned by former brands, has been embroiled in its Collaborators' controversies, including accusations of racism against Jeffree Star and allegations that James Charles sent sexual messages to minors. A spokesperson for former brands did not respond to repeated requests for comment. In its Twitter statement, Morphe wrote, "The company is forever grateful to our store teams for their passion, talent, and dedication over the years." Young consumers whom Morphe built its brand on have sniffed away from mega influencers, according to Ben Shabbat. And we're going to go ahead and take a break and then read even more of this article. In the past year, Morphe was also hit with several lawsuits involving unpaid rent on one of its retail locations, false advertising, and lack of support for its subsidiaries. The way in which the brand handled its closures could also open it up to more legal challenges, according to Wendy Musil. Sorry, Wendy, if I butchered your last name. An employment, civil rights attorney, and founding partner of the law offices of Wendy Musil. The recent backlash toward the brand has spilled over to other social media platforms, including Morphe's Instagram page. It's a shame. This is one of my favorite makeup companies, and to see a tank like this is ridiculous. And the fact that you guys are treating your store employees so terribly is what's crazy to me. One user wrote on the brand's most recent Instagram post from December 1st. On Twitter, where the brand turned replies off to its tweet announcing the news of store shuttings, people describe the closures as heartbreaking. "I worked here for a year and a half and I'm just sad," one user wrote. Morphe employees sounded the alarm for weeks. Some of Morphe's retail employees said it was shocking that the company had laid them off so abruptly, with several employees telling NBC News they received a day's notice before losing their jobs. 3 employees who spoke to NBC News said their stores had been quickly cleared of product following highly discounted sales beginning after Black Friday. Workers said they began to worry after Morphe stopped sending product shipments to their locations. One employee from Morphe's Oregon location said the company had told stores that the restocking delays were due to shipment issues, which, again, you can still buy, there's more Ultas than there are Morphes. Morphe's still gonna sell an Ulta, and it's now probably either about the same or less to have your own store. But they're losing a lot of money by, they can't just take it out of Ulta, though. Sorry, I'm talking out loud about, legal, because evidently brands pay to be in stores. I don't know. I just thought they made they're still technically paying the companies, though, because if you do a deal to where, let's say Target gets 10% of all the income, which doesn't happen. It's never just 10% unless it's in your own store, which would be amazing, because I do apparel. Eventually I have my own fashion line, clothing line. Eventually I want sprays, and I and I'm gonna Jeffree Star. I mean, not Jeffree Star, but I could have my own store. Yeah, pop up. Okay. Back to it. The now former employees said they were informed about the closures in a Zoom call on Tuesday, and that any remaining stores would close by Saturday. TikToks under the hashtag Justice for Morphe retail employees have received more than 7.5 million views, although some viral videos about the store closures have been deleted. Kim, a Morphe employee who asked that her full name not be used out of fear she would lose her severance pay, said she was advised to take down her TikToks about the store closures to secure her severance. The hell? Morphe, you ain't right. Kim said she was passionate about the brand because it was inclusive and supportive of all makeup artists. She called her colleagues the kindest, most supportive, creative people everybody has met. I want to work at Ulta. But we all know that my money, my paychecks would go right into new products. I mean, I don't mind working at Target. I like being in the beauty department. Like, that's fun. Sometimes. But I like being around the makeup and everything. So, it's a plus. Sorry, guys. I, hit my pen earlier. And now I am bugging. Tweaking. I don't know. This is not just a job, it's your dream, Kim said about working at Morphe. It's in a way your second life for some people. Their first. Kim said she was told that managers would receive 3 weeks of severance while beauty artists, the name for Morphe's retail employees, would get 2 weeks. Excuse me? As of Friday, Morphe employees who spoke with NBC News said they hadn't received their severance packets yet. Musil said workers should understand their rights under federal and state laws. She said a one-day notice for mass layoffs could put a company in violation of the U.S. Worker Adjustment and Retraining Notification Act and of labor laws in California, where Morphe had 11 stores. The value of severance packages to the employer, Musil said, is the employee must waive all of their legal rights and it buys the peace, so to speak. But those workers may wish to look into whether there's a violation of the WARN Act and whether they're at minimum entitled to 60 days of pay, Musil said. The end of an era for Morphe. How long is this article? I don't know. But End of an Era was a good album by Iggy. Yeah, it was. Morphe gained prominence during the heyday of beauty on YouTube between 2016 and 2019. It was at the forefront of a maximalist style of makeup that has fallen out of fashion with consumers, particularly Gen Z audiences who have pivoted to more minimalist approach to beauty and skincare. They were not quick to react to that because they were building on that artistry, Ben Shabbat said, referring to the creative maximal looks Morphe is known for. Morphe has also reportedly seen sales shrink over the past 2 years. Business of Fashion reported that the brand saw sales drop from $500 million to 2020 to in 2020 to $295 million in 2021. Parent company Forma Brands was also reportedly considering filing for Chapter 11 bankruptcy in October. The store closures indicate that sales were continuing to flail, Ben Shabbat said. Many consumer brands that started on the internet understand that stores are as important and many of them are opening stores, she said. So at a time that many DTC, direct-to-consumer brands, are kind of admitting that maybe the DTC model is no longer what it used to be, and there is value in having stores. Morphe is closing. What? I don't understand that whole entire thing. While Morphe continues its uphill battle for relevance, employees like Kim are left to figure out their next steps. Many are still reeling from the sudden job loss news, while others are trying to secure employment elsewhere. Kim said she's considering to look back at her accomplishments at Morphe rather than dwell on the loss of her dream job. We're the end of an era, and that's how I'm looking at it, Kim said. I'm grateful that I got myself here and grateful that I am able to pull myself out. And that is it for the article. We're going to go ahead and take another break and then be right back with a possible another article about something else going on. I'm sure you guys already know, but Andrew Tate got arrested like a couple weeks ago, I think. Was it a couple weeks ago or was it last week? I don't know. All of these weeks are blending together. I've just been so busy. No, like seriously, I've been busy getting everything ready for the event and all that. Like, I was literally at the cover bar probably about like 5 times that last week. But yeah. So I pulled up an article. Andrew Tate is the one that said if he had a girlfriend that's his property, and that she's his property, bullshit. The arrest of misogynist influencer Andrew Tate explained by Rebecca Jennings on so it was like around the 4th. Misogynist influencer Andrew Tate, who once said he moved from the UK to Romania because rape laws are more lenient there, was arrested by Romanian officials on December 29th on charges of rape and human trafficking. The country's dictator or Directorate for Investigating Organized Crime and Terrorism, or DICOT, said that Tate and his brother Tristan are suspected of having recruited victims for a criminal online porn scam. In a translated press release, officials said that the Tates recruited victims by making them believe they were interested in genuine relationships, then transported them to live in houses where they were under constant surveillance and forced to act in porn videos under threats of violence. The videos would then be sold online. Tate has proudly admitted to some version of this already. The self-proclaimed king of toxic masculinity told the Daily Mirror that he and his brother once operated a total scam business in which 75 women were paid to talk to men for $4 per minute, and where the Tate would pocket most of the money. This kind of behavior is central to Tate's personal brand, that of the straight-talking hustler who films himself alongside exotic sports cars and scantily clad models wearing bathing suits and smoking cigars, implying that by following his advice you too could live such a lifestyle. Though Tate has been courting fame for years, his videos began gaining mainstream traction last year when clips of his angry diatribes and shady entrepreneurial advice regularly went viral on TikTok. Much of the discourse surrounding him relates to panic over the well-being of boys and young men. During that time, middle and high school teachers reported noticing a major uptick in sexual harassment and sexist hate speech in their classrooms by their male students. In response, all the major social media platforms banned his accounts, although under Elon Musk's ownership, Twitter reinstated his account in November. It had been removed since 2017 when Tate tweeted in the aftermath of the Harvey Weinstein allegations, "If you put yourself in a position to be raped, you must bear some responsibility." The brazenness of his cruelty and expensive but trashy aesthetic has made Tate the face of several unfortunate stereotypes in contemporary internet culture. The anti-feminist capitalizing on the Me Too backlash, the angry dude with a podcast mic, and the guy shilling for scammy pyramid scheme adjacent businesses. It also makes him extremely easy to make fun of, which is what happened when on December 27th he tweeted at climate activist Greta Thunberg in an attempt to brag about how terrible his sports cars are for the environment. Please provide your email address so I can send a complete list of my car collection and their respective enormous emissions, to which Thunberg replied, "Yes, please do enlighten me. Email me at smalldickenergy@getalife.com. Like, her comment, just that, ignited the flame. Minus the emissions. Sorry. She has me laughing with that one. It's now the fourth most tweeted of all time. That this exchange occurred just 2 days before his arrest is pure coincidence, although conspiracies abounded afterward. Tate responded to Thunberg with a video of himself next to a pizza box, and people guessed that because the location of the pizza shop was visible, it was a clue to his whereabouts. Romanian authorities have denied that this was the case and have been investigating his properties since April 2022, although Thunberg playfully referenced the rumors in a tweet that read, "This is what happens when you don't recycle your pizza boxes." In a video of his arrest, Tate can be heard saying, "The Matrix has attacked me," as those familiar with the manosphere or canon will know. The sci-fi film's concept of the red pill has become synonymous with a set of right-wing neo-reactionary beliefs that feminism has gone too far, that wokeism is a serious moral threat to personal freedom, and that democracy and major democratic institutions are inherently suspect. All of which is ironically considering the filmmaker's intentions. Dicot has so far identified 6 victims who it says were sexually exploited by Tate's group. It did not specify which suspect was accused of rape. Tate, along with his brother, is being detained in prison for 30 days and has not yet been released, despite false reports on TikTok. The arrest has once again brought Andrew Tate's name into the public discourse, and with it the question of how to deal with the boys and young men who have bought into his rhetoric, tweeted the popular leftist streamer Vosh. "I cannot stress enough how important it is to understand that 12-year-old white boys on Twitch are now being pulled into racism because of some Machiavellian..." I don't know how to pronounce that. Okay, yeah, I was pronouncing it right. Machiavellian desire to preserve and expand their privileges. It's because the right talks to them and the left doesn't. It's unclear, however, what the leftist Andrew Tate 14 boys would look like. Someone willing to embrace casual sexism? There are already plenty of them. or whether mainstream or left-leaning culture really does ignore teenage boys who continue to be one of the key demographics for movies, music, TV, and video games. Instead, experts recommend that concerned parents or supervisors talk to kids about what they know about Tate and they think of him. It's good for parents to remind kids that it might be funny to them, but it might actually have a negative impact on people because it's threatening, it's scary, it's upsetting, one clinical psychologist and cybersecurity safety trainer told ABC Radio Australia. What you can teach that child's how to build up your own confidence and security without necessarily embodying these really toxic traits, because there is a difference between masculinity and toxic masculinity. There will always be creepy, charismatic reactionaries ready to exploit algorithms that reward anger and prey on voting people, kids who are still figuring out how the world works and their place in it. Tate isn't some kind of singular genius, and we should refrain from treating him as such. The important thing is that when people come across content like his, attention-getting and controversial as it may be, they can see through the bullshit. I know I can see through the bullshit. Is that... Will you support Vox's explanatory journalism? Millions turn to Vox to educate themselves, their family. Oh. So no, I had already finished the article. Cuckoo. Go, 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 go. So we're going to go ahead and do the outro. I hope you guys liked this episode. I know I did. Especially when I let you guys know about some stuff. And I was let know about some stuff. So if you guys would like to leave your guys's, like, some more current events that you want me to go over, just text or leave a voice note to 561-320-7085. Again, text or leave a voicemail to 561-320-7085. DM First Chances with Chance on Instagram, or just comment down below if you guys are watching the video portion. Bye, guys! Love you!